We've got tips and recipes for healthy living. So for fun and inspiration, come and join us in the raw food world.
Welcome everybody, this is Matt Monarch with the Raw Food World TV show, and today is Sunday, December, what's the date today?
6.
December 6th. And we've got a good old friend of mine, Enrique Candioti, in the house today. How's it going?
How you doing?
Good. You've been on a raw food diet for over a decade.
Right.
How many years?
Almost 12 years now.
12 years?
Yeah.
And you have a baby boy named Sebastian, who's
Right.
2.5?
2.5.
And
He's right there.
Right there. Hey, Sebastian. You look like... Cool. So, when you were younger, you had your thyroid taken out.
Yeah. What happened is I had an overactive thyroid, and the way I found out was I lost a lot of weight, and one of my eyes started bulging out. It looked like it was gonna pop out.
Whoa.
And I went to the doctor, and he said you have Graves' disease, which is basically a hyperactive thyroid. It's actually one of the most rare thyroid disorders.
Wow.
And hypothyroid is actually more common. So back then I didn't know anything about raw diets or healthy lifestyle. And so they gave me these drugs to try to slow down the thyroid. And it didn't work. So the next step was either they surgically remove your thyroid, or they used radioactive iodine to burn the tissue of the thyroid.
Ugh.
And unfortunately, instead of actually trying to find the cause of what's causing the disorder, they just go in and destroy the thyroid. So that's what they did to me. They destroyed my thyroid with radiation. And it's basically radioactive iodine.
Wow.
And they just give you a pill with iodine and the radiation, and the thyroid sucks up the iodine. Because a normal thyroid utilizes iodine from food to produce the thyroid hormone. So a lot of the iodine is concentrated in the thyroid gland.
Wow.
So it's kind of they're tricking the thyroid gland with the iodine, so it'll get the radiation, which will destroy it. So after that happened, I went the other way. I went from hyperthyroid to hypothyroid, which is a slow thyroid, because I didn't have a thyroid. So they put me on Synthroid, which is a synthetic version of the T4 thyroid. The normal thyroid gland produces T1, T2, T3, and T4. T3 is the active thyroid hormone, and T4 is what's known as a storage hormone. So if your body is functioning, your body converts the T4 to, it utilizes the T3, but it also converts the T4 to T3 whenever it needs it.
Right.
And the T4 that it doesn't use, it converts it to what's known as reverse T3, and the body gets rid of it.
Wow.
So it has to first convert to reverse T3 and so usually a normal thyroid produces about 30% reverse T3, and then the rest is mostly T4 and T3.
So how many years were you taking that Synthroid?
I was taking Synthroid until about a month ago, and that's like 18 years ago.
Wow, so for 18 years you were taking Synthroid, and now you just stopped.
Yeah, I stopped. Because I found out, I did some research, and I found out I started not feeling well and gaining weight, and this year I started not feeling right. And so I started doing some research and talking to other people, and I learned about reverse T3, and also learned about the adrenals and how the relationship between the adrenals and cortisol and the thyroid. Cortisol is basically the gatekeeper between thyroid hormones and the cells.
Wow.
So if you have low cortisol, the thyroid hormone cannot get into the cells, so you're not getting any metabolism. And that's also related. The low cortisol is also related to reverse T3. Because what happens when your body is under stress, your adrenals produce more cortisol, and if that goes on years and years and years, which it did with me, even on a raw food diet, the raw food diet actually helped me, kind of relieve the stress in my body, because I didn't have to deal with heavy, processed foods that much. But when you're on Synthroid that many years, your adrenals become pooped after a while, because they're always because you're not converting enough of the synthroid to active thyroid hormone, your adrenals kick in and try to make up for the lack of the metabolic energy.
Wow.
So eventually they become sluggish, and then when they become sluggish, all the T4 that doesn't get converted to T3 now becomes in excess of reverse T3, because the body tries to get rid of it. But there's so much reverse T3 that the reverse T3 is a mirror image of the active T3, the active thyroid hormone, and so it fits perfectly in the cell receptors that are there to receive to activate the thyroid hormone, and it blocks the receptors, and then you're not getting the active. So right now what I'm doing is I'm trying to clear the reverse T3
Wow.
on a cellular level. So this is like pretty technical stuff, you know. It's kind of, I don't know if it's kind of hard to
Yeah.
grasp, you know. It's a lot of.
So you just stopped taking Synthroid. Are you taking anything in its place, or?
I'm seeing a naturopath, and I'm taking what's known as a slow release T3,
Okay.
which is T3 only, which is the active thyroid, and I've been off the Synthroid now for a whole month.
Wow.
And what that does is, since there's no more T4 in the body, and I'm only getting the T3, the body has a chance to flush away, burn away the reverse T3, so that the cell receptor is clear.
Wow.
You know?
So you, 18 years of Synthroid. Now you stopped. Are you detoxing from that stuff? And
Yeah. I've been kind of going through a rough time. You know, it's been kind of ups and downs. You know, hills and valleys.
right.
Feeling kind of dizzy. Sometimes low energy. Some nights I sleep really well, and some nights I wake up like 3 times in the middle of the night.
Mm.
So it's gonna take 18 years of that crap. I mean, it's gonna take a while.
And this T3 that you're taking now,
Yeah.
is that natural, or what is it exactly?
It's not natural. It's synthetic still, but it's made by a compounding pharmacy. It's actually made in Oregon, and there is a natural thyroid I could take, and but it's made from porcine hormones.
So it wouldn't be
So-
vegan.
Yeah, it wouldn't be vegan.
Right.
And so I'm debating, whether I should, go that route or not.
Right.
It's a moral dilemma.
Yeah.
If worse comes to worse, I can get after I clear the reverse T3, I can get a compounding pharmacy to make a synthetic combination of T4, T3. Because the Synthroid is T4 only, that's the main problem.
Mm.
But even if it's of course natural is better than synthetic, but a synthetic T4, T3 combination is much better than Synthroid.
Why?
Because Synthroid is T4 only, and most people, they don't convert enough of it to T3, which is, you know what I mean? So all these doctors that are trained in medical school, they only learn about Synthroid. So most of them, they don't even believe in synthetic T3 or armored thyroid or the natural desiccated thyroid.
Right.
Because I've actually heard that Abbott Laboratories, which is the maker of Synthroid, they actually fund a lot of the universities where these doctors go to school. So.
Oh. So is this one that you're taking now less toxic than Synthroid?
Oh yeah. Synthroid is cardiotoxic. It's bad for your heart. There's a lot of problems with it. It elevates your cholesterol. You know, it causes a lot of. It stresses the body.
So why is this one less toxic?
Why is it less toxic? Because it's utilized by the body.
Okay.
Completely than the Synthroid.
Cool.
The Synthroid is you're putting something in your body that's it's not natural, first of all, and
Right.
it's missing a component, which is a T3,
Right.
and your body's, there's residue left in your body from it. Your body's not using it because it's not converting it all.
Wow. So it's awesome what you're doing,
Yeah.
taking this other stuff.
Yeah, and the other thing is most conventional doctors, they only go by a thyroid test called the TSH test, which doesn't even measure your thyroid hormone. It's a test that measures the pituitary hormone, which is called TSH, stands for thyroid stimulating hormone. And basically, when your brain senses that you need to produce more thyroid.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again at the Raw Food World.